And welcome back to the post-game interviews of the SunburntPanda Smash Invitational, brought to you by Dasani and the Puffin Corporation. Revolution. Shit.
Nice.
That was bad. That was bad. The Revolutionary Studio. All right, we're here with Will. He,
AKA Sexy Beast.
AKA Sexy Beast.
As he is.
He lost in the opening bracket to Cadnar, and then he lost to me in the second round in the losers bracket. So, Will, just want to say, how do you feel about your performance out there so far today?
Not good.
Okay. Do you feel like you could have switched anything up player-wise?
Nah. Probably shouldn't have picked Kirby. But I'm...
Gotcha.
Shit happens.
I guess it does.
Yeah,
Do you feel like you're gonna be training over summer and come back even stronger for the next invitational?
Probably not. For the training part, I don't have a Switch.
Oh,
But sure, I'll come back. Probably get upset again, but
well, we would always love to have you back with the boys. We'd always love to see you come. I understand you do have a early flight in the morning. You got to catch your next Smash tournament.
yes, sir.
So,
Out in Denver.
Thank you for coming out. We always appreciate the Sexy Beast coming to play with us, and enjoy your trip.
Thanks for having me.
Maybe a
One second.
All right, I'm here with Cadnar, the number 5 seed in this tournament. He got knocked out in the second round, or losers first round. Apologies, 2 games. Played 3 games. Upset number 3 Dubo in the first round. Lost in the second round to number 2 Bark, and then lost in an upset of his own against the number 6 seed Dan. Cadnar, you had a very hot start, to say the least. You actually had some great momentum going, knocked off the number 3 seed in decisive fashion with a great K-roll play as well. How did you feel about this tournament as a whole?
As a whole,
Mm-hmm.
I felt it was a really good experience. I had some really good moments and a really good win to start. Just really good experience. A lot of learning to do and learning done, and I wasn't able to get it done in my next couple matches, but stuff I can learn from the win and the losses. Really, hopefully next year I can take the tournament by storm and win 2 straight.
Absolutely. Hopefully more than that. Well, you did improve. Definitely most improved player of this tournament. Your games, you had back-to-back. You hit the number 2 seed, Bark, lost there, and then lost to the number 6 seed. I gotta ask, is there anything you would have liked to have back? Anything you would like to change in those matches?
I don't know. Just finding the ground more.
Yeah.
The getting hit from below is really painful. Just trying to find the platform more, and I don't know. Maybe taking pit more, and just knowing the characters a little bit more.
Yeah. Did you feel that by the end of this tournament you felt like a pretty solid set of characters you had in your pocket?
Yeah, I felt like I found a pretty solid set of the characters. I got to be honest with you. When I heard this format coming out, I was kind of nervous and kind of thinking that the lower seed would be better anyways, just to get the first pick. But it was kind of nerve-wracking not knowing all the characters, and you yourself, you know all the slants and forwards and this and that.
Right.
There's the A button, there's the B button. I got an arrow key.
There's a lot going on.
We're a joystick, and we just go to work.
Definitely more complicated than it looks. Well, thank you so much for being here. You had a good run. We can't wait to see what you got in store for the future.
Awesome. Can't wait to be back. Thanks for having me.
See ya, man.
So welcome back to the. We're here with. we're here with Hoagie, the man, the myth, the legend. He had a rough go of it at first with this tournament. and starting off over actually in the prelims proceeding. Now he did come back and make somewhat of a redemption story within the tournament. A quick first round loss sent him into the losers bracket. However, he did take out the number 3 seed Dubo to advance to Cadnar. He did take out the number 4 seed Cadnar to advance on a little bit later and face the same person that actually knocked him out, me, the Pippin. So, Danny, I just want to get kind of your take on how you played and what went right and what went wrong for you.
Well, I think for not having a ton of experience with this game, I played generally well. I think I just had one weakness, and that's you.
That would be true. Stop. That's not how you do an interview. Oh, my God. But
no, it was a lot of fun, and I look forward to still not knowing who I'm going to play with in the future, but definitely have some stuff to work on, especially strategy, and looking to come back stronger and at least not be the last seed in the next tournament. Maybe have more than one win.
Gotcha. Now, we heard throughout the tournament Max speaking about Corrin and how she isn't the best character, but you have mained her, and how do you feel about her?
I feel good. There's very few characters in this game that I can actually be competent with, and I found that Corrin is one of them, and I'm excited because that just adds another possibility to the list. So now I have about 6 possibilities.
That's awesome. Well, fantastic. 6 possibilities is all you need in a 5v5. Switch out one if they're not doing so well that day or whatever. So it would be interesting to see what you come back with at the next SunburntPanda Invitational. We'll see where we go from there. Do you have anything else you'd like to add to today's matches?
Yes, actually. If you're not there, I think we all will have known what happened.
Should we really be interviewing each other?
Of course.
Okay.
Then 1 and 2 seeds? Come on.
You were the 2. Okay, that's my first question for you. Bark, were you surprised you got the 2 seed?
No, I felt confident coming into this. After the other night, I felt good. And I really gave it my A game in the prelims, and I fell apart in the actual tourney. You were the only one I lost to in the prelims, and I had probably my best game against you.
Yeah,
I went
you
2-3.
did take me down
I
to my last
almost
character,
had you,
yeah.
but then you just played your game, hit your bread and butter.
Absolutely. So your route was you beat 5 seed Cadnar.
That was
you
easy.
lost.
I felt a little bad doing that.
You felt bad doing that? Okay. Well, then after that, you faced the 1 seed in winter semis. Those backs.
I played horrible.
Yeah. So then you fell to losers where you played Piff.
And then I'm upset too. I just picked the wrong characters, and then we had the little controller mess up, had to restart, and I had to choose the wrong characters again. And I knew it was a bad choice. So I could not get past Bayonetta.
Really? Okay. So I kind of want to break that down a little bit.
He opened up with Bayonetta, and he never does that. So I was expecting later have a bigger guy, someone with more priority to take down Bayonetta. He opens with Bayonetta. I thought he was opening with Bowser Jr., so then I went with Zelda to counter some of Bowser Jr.'s kind of funny stuff. And then I have Greninja, because then you have Toon Link to go light on light. And then so I got two lighter people going against Bayonetta, and I just could not. I could not get past
He was really
her.
stringing together all those smash attacks.
And then once I finally get past her, get past Toon Link, and then Ridley just finished me off.
Would you say that Bayonetta was the hardest character you played, or what was the hardest character? Not player, but character.
I think the hardest character I played was you as
Zelda.
You played very well with that.
Oh, thank you.
And seeing you play other people with that, it was just I aspire.
Well, maybe one day. You did come pretty close in this tourney. So for your own team, what would you say? Who's your MVP on your team be?
I'm gonna say, I don't know. I mean, last time the MVP was King. This time, honestly, I don't remember. I think Greninja came in really well against Cadnar.
Well, what surprised me, I feel like you got a lot of mileage out of Pit.
I did, because I just saw his shield was just so powerful today, and people I was going against weren't.
People don't have an answer.
I didn't use it against you, because like you I've seen it before. I use it against Cadnar, I use it against Dubai, I use it against Hogan. Because they just don't know what to do. I was usually opening with him to just get damage up, go to my next guy and finish him and keep going.
Well, so your second loss, what knocked you out of the tournament, was a loss to the number 4 seed Pip. Do you think if you guys ran it back, you would win that?
I think if I chose some different characters, had different lineup, I think I heard run it back again. Because I beat him in the prelims.
Right, you did.
That was the
You
thing.
did.
I thought I'd be seeing you in the finals because I beat everybody but you in the prelims. And I played well, so I was feeling good. But then, I don't know, maybe the meds were getting to me. Maybe it was the teeth. I had surgery today, by the way.
He did. He's playing on the IR. Well, thanks for being here.
Pleasure.
Had a
having
really
myself.
strong start, and maybe in our next tournament, you might be able
I'm gonna
to
go back up to Columbus, work with my coach Andrew Koenig, and he's really gonna mold me into the player that I'm ready to become to take down this tournament next year.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, Bark.
No, you guys just
Alrighty, I am here with the 4th seed, the Piffin here, Piff Daddy, as he likes to go by. Piff Daddy, your route today was beating number 6 Dan, losing to number 1 me here. Heading over to losers bracket, you beat number 3 Dubo, number 6 Dan again, and then number 2 Bark in an upset to go to the championship. Did lose in the championship to yours truly, but gotta be proud of the run you put together, considering you were the 4th seed.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't go according to plan today. I planned to be in more of the commentary, but I had to take the longer route to the championship. And, in the end, I overcame adversity. Rough beginning, being 2 and 5 in the prelims. So to overcome that, have the team really get behind what, the philosophy that we have over at the Puffin Studios. It's incredible that their resilience and their determination and passion. So, I'm happy where we ended. It was a tough battle uphill. Two wins versus the number 1 seed. Always a tough task, but
Certainly. Now, you have been considered the pioneer of the double heavy in the 4 and 5 slot. You did run that a couple times, probably the majority of your matches. You did see a couple mix-ups, but how do you feel your Great Wall performed today?
I would say the Great Wall performed pretty decently. There had to be a late switch. I had a veteran player, Keen DD, actually was off his game today. So I had to switch up the Great Wall, go to Ridley as the second part of the Great Wall. But, Ridley and Bowser bringing up the rear really allows Toon Link as well as Bowser Jr. to really go at it as hard as they can with very little fear of any consequences for being too risky.
Yeah, we saw some of your openers absolutely ball out. I know there were a couple of times when Toon Link got 2 or 3 kills. We saw very recently actually when you're upset over the number 2 seed Bark, Bayonetta got 3 kills early. Gotta love that. Gotta ask you, who is your favorite opener?
My favorite opener. Bayonetta did have that one round versus the number 2 seed versus Bark that she performed better than she's ever performed. But I do have to say that Toon Link has to be my favorite opener. He carried me throughout most of the tournament as my number 1 guy. So he sets off the tone right. He really does. So oh God.
Oh, we've got a intruder in our.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess it's my turn. I don't think that's happening, Chief. Okay. So we talked about, a lot of things did go your way. Number 4 seed, but you made it all the way to the championship. Beat straight up the number 2 seed. Didn't have to face. Oh, and the number 3 seed actually in the first round of losers bracket. So you certainly earned your way all the way to the top of the mountain. But I gotta ask you, you did catch 2 losses, and I gotta ask you, what do you think went wrong in those 2 losses?
It's just 3 letters, BAX, Bax. He just phenomenal gameplay by him. Zelda's a tough one to crack. She is, I think, classified as S tier, right? Or is she not S tier?
She's like B.
Is she B tier?
C, yeah.
You just really, she's just really
She's like
S
B
tier
tier,
in
I
his
think.
hands. But shoot, but you know, Zelda's a tough one to crack. I mean, considering I had to start off, you know, facing Lucina, you know, getting her out is also, you know, a hell of a you know time. But you know, to overcome getting out of the air, getting below him and staying below him, as well as you know, keeping my distance but not too far that I get attacked by Zelda, some of her range attacks, is, you know, my next challenge, as well as the rest of the guys that what they have to figure out to be able to do. So we'll figure that out. But those two losses, really, it came down to the two characters and one good player. So
Absolutely. Do you think? You know, do you think? So you did get to play me twice. You were the only person to do
Don't
so.
flatter yourself.
You had to play me twice. Do you think that having that kind of double header gave you a little bit more exposure? Do you think that second time around when you faced me, you were able to do better because you kind of knew what was coming?
absolutely, I did a little bit better. I think the first time I played you, I got absolutely wiped. I got my cheeks clapped. But the second time I got to face you was a little bit better. I was able to rush you as a good amount, but also keep distance. Bayonetta helped with that a little bit at the beginning, but at the end, you know, it's just hard enough to get past those people. So I might have to start seeing if I could run a lighter squad against you with more exposure. Ridley and Bowser probably were a little too slow for some of your quicker, more agile players, but we'll see with more exposure a little bit to see where we can go from there. But for sure, you know, I learned from experience. I think that's the best teacher. So we'll see. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'll leave you with one more here. You know, heading into our next tournament upcoming, whenever that may be. In this one, you certainly got off to a slow start, the 4 seed. However, you did prove yourself. You beat the 2 seed. You beat the 3 seed. You only lost to the 1 seed. So, what is the one key that you want to take into the next tournament? Is it getting a faster start? Is it getting more characters in your roster? What's the one key? If you could only take one, that you take it.
I would say start solidifying some of the more finer mechanics. I have a lot of good players that I can play with, but you know, really refining their abilities and skills, understanding kind of zoning a little bit better, as well as some distance will help me, you know, succeed later. So I'd say that's my biggest thing is I just need to
Just get
refine
back
my
in the
game a little
lab.
bit. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. Well, hey, you know what? You know, you almost got to the top of the mountain here, came up just shy, but put up a hell of an effort, beat everybody in the top half of the bracket. So we can't wait to see you again. I have high hopes for you, and maybe next time you'll bring in the chip.
I appreciate it. Thank you
Thanks for
again.
coming,
Thanks
man.
for the invitation. So, perfect.
Here we have Bax, also known as the SunburntPanda, the namer, the owner of this Invitational, even though it's at my house, which makes no sense. I should have had home field advantage. It should be named like the Bark.io Invitational or something like that. I don't know, maybe get a sponsorship in there like Maui Jim Maui, like the Bark.Dasani Invitational. Anyways, how'd you feel about your gameplay today?
Everything went really well. I did actually come into this tournament with some worries. You almost had me in the prelims. I'm not gonna lie. When I got down to my third character, I was actually like, hey, I might lose this prelim. I might not get the 1 seed. I was really banking on getting the 1 seed and just kind of carrying that. I only had to play 3 matches, so that's kind of what I was banking on, and luckily it worked out for me.
I was gunning for the 1 seed too. You did well with that. Going into, you were very cocky. Going to a lot of the prelims, you were just talking about like, all right, let's just get this over with. What does that do to you? What is that type of confidence you bring into this game?
That type of confidence? I think it's less about what it does to me and more about what it does to my opponent. Like, you know, in my first game against Griffin, I didn't taunt. But, you know, when I played you and then when I played Griffin the second time, every time I took a stock, I just started taunting and teabagging. So,
I noticed those taunts.
You know, I think it's less about me. I mean, it does give me more confidence, but I think it's more about the disrespect and getting in the other person's
It's about the mindset that you put on the other player. I see. Very good. What do you think was your most effective move that you used, your moveset?
My most effective moveset? Ooh. So I think the obvious answer here Oh gosh, actually I couldn't say. I'm gonna say Zelda. I feel like Zelda's down B, side B, the zoning, combined with the sweet spot aerials that I always talk about. It just puts so much pressure on like downrange on like other people. People just don't know. You know, you did all right handling that continued pressure, but like people like especially even when I faced Griffin in the championship, I mean Zelda. People just don't know how to deal with, you know, the side B plus down. It covers a lot of space, plus the aerials. It's hard to get around. And I think that'd be my MVP set.
All right, I respect that. I respect that. Now, going off some of your better plays, do you have a favorite KO that you had during this game?
Ooh, a favorite KO. Oh man, I have to say, I believe I had a KO. I don't know who it was against, but
Describe it.
No, okay, so I had a KO. I believe it was against Griffin. I was playing as Zelda again. He got me off stage. I was almost KO'd. I came back with a teleport and knocked him off stage. He recovered high. I just double jumped and then upbeat right into him again, killed him off the top. I think that was probably my favorite kill.
That was good. Now, what are you going to do from now to the next tournament? Are you going to do any training or anything, or just continue to play as you play and then see if the competition can catch up?
Honestly, I think at this point, you know, I'm like, there's no need for me to add a Kevin Durant. You know, I feel like there isn't a Cavs among my competition. I think by just getting warm every now and then, just to make sure, you know.
Just kind of stirring the pot to make sure
Yeah,
it's still
you know, I think that's really all I need. I don't need to be doing the most. So.
I respect that. Now, with that being said, which character that you didn't play with today would you have liked to brought to the table?
That would have liked to brought to the table. You know what? I think it would have been DK.
I see you repping the merch.
I had to have the DK shirt. You know, DK's my guy. He's the heavy I go to. But like the thing is like I just don't like I don't have too much experience with DK. So, you know, I love his grab game. I love the spikes. You know, it's very flashy. But you know, if I'm playing to win, like. I don't know if DK's ready for that, so I wish I could have brought him on, but he just wasn't ready.
I know we would all like to see some spikes from you today. Usually bring out some Mario and you chase for those, but you played it safe today. I'd like to see what you bring out next tournament. And that's all we got here today, folks. Thank you for coming to the SunburntPanda Invitational. This is Bax. He is the winner. He's walking away with the grand prize of a nice crisp handshake from the homeowner.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.